Hi everyone, my name is Mike, coming to you live from 5CDSB Gagetown. These are other fellow FSIs, Caleb and JP. They'll be helping out with our force prep workout today. The force prep workout that we're doing today focuses on the sandbag lift component. Today's workout is going to be set up in an interval-based style, but we're going to start off with a warm-up. So to begin our warm-up, we'll have a couple different options. JP will be showing some of the regressions today, and Caleb will be showing some ways to progress yourself. So if you're, no matter what level of difficulty you need, you'll be able to get a great workout in today. All right? So our first exercise that we'll be doing, everything is going to be 10 per side or 10 in total, depending on what you're doing. And that will be a rocking hip flexor stretch. So kind of get a nice stretch for the muscles here in the front of the hip. So Caleb's down on his knee. He's going to start rocking forward, bringing the knee towards the center of his shoe. As you can see, JP is up off the floor, so if you have a knee issue or some soreness there on the knee, then that way you don't have to put any pressure down on that as well. If you need to at home, you can feel free to grab a pillow or something that you can place under the knee if you do want to try that knee option. And both guys are going to switch here, give me a side view, which is great. Perfect. Feel a nice stretch there. For a little bonus stretch, if you'd like to squeeze the glutes of the leg that's behind you, or that down leg, that will just give you that extra little bit of drive forward and feel that nice stretch through the front of the hips. Awesome. Great work, guys. So we're going to switch to the rocking adductor stretch. So it's going to work or stretch out the inner thigh muscles here. So we can see again, Caleb is down on the one knee option, hands are down underneath the shoulders, a nice neutral spine, and he's just going to rock his hips back, going towards the heel of his shoe. And JP is also doing a stand-in option again for anybody who might not have happy knees, and he's sitting the hips back, coming to a stand each time, again feeling that small, gentle pull on the inner part of the thigh. Awesome. Great work, guys. Get a side view there from JP, excellent. Perfect. Nice deep breaths while we're doing all these exercises. This is not meant to be very challenging, just enough to kind of get the heart rate up and get the joints moving, getting all the fluids and things in there to get you lubricated prior to your workout. Now we're going to move on to the downward dog. So that's going to be in a high plank position generally to start. That works best for most. So getting that high plank, and then all you're going to try to do next is just push your hips towards the ceiling, driving your chest towards your thighs, heels towards the floor. You can take a nice deep breath and then rock back out, going in that high plank position if you wish. If you prefer to be more stationary and stay in that spot for a couple moments, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. But we ask that usually we try to keep things dynamic and keep moving, so that way we can encourage more movement into the range. Guys are doing a great job showing both sides of the view for you. Excellent. Again, nice deep breaths. You don't want to walk your hands back or walk your feet forward for the purpose of getting the heels to touch the ground. That's not what our goal is with this one. Again, we're just trying to improve that shoulder range of motion you can see there from both the guys. Once we push back, and then also in through the posterior chain, hamstrings and calves. Once you're done that, you're going to lay on your back next for your bridges. Okay? We've got two options for you today. A two-legged bridge or your regular bridge. Okay? Is going to have the feet planted down. You're going to squeeze the glutes and then lift the hips up off the floor. Caleb is doing the single-legged option as a progression for you. So one foot's placed down, and generally in the position, instead of having your feet 2 feet down with the regular option, when you do the single-leg option, you kind of move that one foot that will be placed on the floor more in the center of your body, just to help with the counterbalancing of the weight of the body, so you don't have to work on that rotation component as well. Guys, great job. So nice tall squeeze. JD, if I get you just to turn for a couple more there, that would be great. Just so everyone kind of gets a second view. Awesome. Again, you should feel this kind of through the hamstrings and glutes. You don't want to be overextending through the spine, right? Keep the core tight or tummy tight, right, as you do that movement. Once you're in that one, we're going to move into some squats. So working on our patterning a little bit here. So Caleb's going to do a loaded option just to work on getting that extra little bit of depth. JP is going to give us our body weight option, which will be again that regression. Okay, so standing nice and tall, hands are out in front, sit the hips back, come on down towards the floor. You're going to pause there, just give a nice little rock and try to help open the groin, and then you can stand. Okay, so we're going to repeat that process again for our set of 10. Everything that we're doing is a set of 10, and Caleb is going to go at their self-pace, Caleb and JP. Now again, with Caleb, it's really challenging to do this option with having a little bit more of an opening of the groin, but JP does have the luxury if he wants to put the elbows in the inner part of the groin to give a little push out to really try to open that, then he can. Okay? So that would be one advantage of that option versus this option. Loaded option is just really nice to help keep that center of mass located there so you don't fall backwards. All right? Great job, guys. Guys are just finishing up there, and then we're going to move into the single leg deadlift, or an SLDL, also known. Just love our abbreviations. And so what we're going to do with this one, get on one foot, you're going to push your big toe on the floor, and then you're trying to swing forward with your body. If you'd like, you can reach the hands out in front to kind of counterbalance the weight of your leg, the limb behind you, and give you like the teeter-totter effect where you're more evenly balanced. Awesome. Now this will be really challenging when you're balancing coordination, so feel free to take a little bit slower with this one. Again, if you're feeling really like the knee is shaky, great job, JP, that's still good. Push that big toe in the floor, and that's going to maintain your arch of your foot a little bit better. And then you're trying to, again, use the glute med muscle, the side of the hip here, and push the hand, or push the knee out against my hand or against your own hand a little bit will help, just to kind of feel that knee get outwards. Keeping the knee alignment in the center of your shoe should be the goal. Job. Now if you have somebody at home beside you, just make sure that you're not opening up and rotating open. Okay, try to make sure you bring the, if your left leg is down, you're trying to bring the right front of your hip point just a little bit down towards the opposing shoe, so that way you can keep yourself on the straight and narrow, because generally we default to opening up anyway. Awesome, guys. You're gonna let that through the hamstrings and glutes. If you feel a lot of pressure behind the knee, just give a little bit more softer bend. Everyone's a little different in how tight their hamstrings might be with this one. All right. So once that's done, guys, we're going to move into some lunges. So you can pick whatever lunge you like at home. Most people don't love lunges anyway, but we're going to pick whatever option works best for you. Caleb's going to default into a reverse lunge, which is great, coming back to a stand. And JP, I guess, that's our favorite here today. We're at reverse lunge option, which is fine. If you prefer a forward lunge, that's totally fine. If you prefer a stationary lunge, going straight up and down, that's completely fine as well. Our goal with this, no matter what option you choose, is to be in a 90-degree position with each knee when you come to do that, okay? The knee should be in the center of your shoe when you go to do that, for alignment-wise from that frontal view, so that way it's not dropping in or dropping out. And we should also have it so that, again, that we're not going super, super wide back in that, putting a lot of stress on the hip and making us go into, again, lordosis or a low back position where we're having to arch our back a lot. Okay? Great job, guys. Last one for our warm-up, hopefully you're feeling warm at home, is a lateral step or a lateral shuffle, okay? So you're just gonna stay nice and low, get through the hips, trying to keep the knee alignment as best you can, and then you're gonna step to the side. You can go 1 or 2 steps depending on what you have for room in your home there, or where you're located at, and come back and forth. You're just trying to get 10 steps going in either direction. That works great. If you need a little bit more than that, or if you prefer that you have a little bit more in each one of these exercises than the 10, by all means feel free to take it. Everybody's different, and everybody needs a little bit different warm-up depending on where they're at. We also encourage at this time that if you do require additional things to warm up, if you have physio exercise or something like that before or prior to doing this exercise, then please do that now, and then we'll get right into our circuit. So welcome back, everybody, with the Power Video. We're back in our weight room here. So we'll start off with our first circuit. Everything is going to be 50 seconds of work, 20 seconds of recovery. Our circuit is going to consist of 4 exercises. The 4th exercise will be a mobility drill, so that way if you want to grab your towel, grab your water, you can focus on doing a little bit of that while we do that drill, and that way you're ready to go to start off again at the beginning of your circuit. So 50 seconds of work, 20 seconds of recovery in between each exercise, and again, we'll work through that 3 times. If you need to do a little extra, feel free, you can at home, or if you do a little less, that's fine as well. You can just skip through the next part. Again, 50 seconds of recovery, or 50 seconds of work, 20 seconds of recovery. Our first exercise is the squat task. So Kale will be doing the progression here for us. JP will be doing the regression. So we'll grab a hold of our kettlebell if you have it, or a jug of water at home if you have it, depending on what you have available to you. Your feet will be hip width apart. Again, you're going to have that weight set yourself there, and you're going to squat down and then come back to a stand. The regression with that being is that you can have JP set up there with the weights between his feet, and you can grab the kettlebell stand and then place it down in between each one, so you're getting a loaded and an unloaded squat there if you need to have a little less load to be able to adapt, okay? So that'll be our first exercise. The second exercise that we'll be doing today will be our bent over row. So JP's going to do the double arm version with the one kettlebell, and Kale will be doing a single arm version for us, just as a quick demo. So again, you get yourself with the kettlebell. You'll have the 2-arm version for JP, where you're going to pull the arm up, back and forth. All right. If for some reason you want to try to challenge yourself a little bit more core, and you like to do the single-sided, then that's totally fine as well. Or if you want to have a little less load to pull through, you can do that again, taking that and pulling through, pulling that shoulder back, which the guys have demoed great. Our third exercise, just to get the heart rate up a little bit, will be our lateral shuffles. So trying, if you have the space at home, to do a side-to-side shuffle, back and forth, and that's great. And our fourth exercise will be that mobility drill with the 90-90 hip opener. So you're going to get down on the floor, so the guys can see it. 90 degrees in that front leg out in front, and 90 degrees in the side leg, just like so. And we're going to just lean forward over that front leg to feel a nice pull into the glutes and into the hip. So those are our 4 exercises. We're going to get ourselves started. So I'll ask the guys to get back to their kettlebell, standing nice and tall, depending on what option they're doing. We'll give ourselves a 3-second countdown, and then we're right into it. And I will be moving around to help show some different pieces of the movements for you. All right, and here we go.
3, 2, 1.
And let's go, guys. 50 seconds of work. This is where I'm going to get in the bubble. I'll just put myself with the mask here. Excellent. So you can see Caleb's doing that continuous option the entire time. Again, placing down in between each one. Perfect. Nice little tap, just like we have to do with our sandbag lift component. Meanwhile, JP is coming down, dropping, and giving a nice stand to keep his endurance available. So that way he'll be able to continue on the movement and not get too tired, okay? Really great too if you're trying to practice on the hand grip and you're not great with that, you can grab onto the weight each time if you have it. It also works well at home if you have a big water jug. The 18-liter one, it works as a great weight, as the same as the sandbags. 2, 1, recover. So 20 seconds now just to take a deep breath. If you need a little sip, then by all means, feel free. Awesome, 10 seconds to go, everybody, and then we're right into our bent over row option, okay? So whether you're doing the 2-arm option or the single-sided. 2, 1, let's go. 50 seconds of work here, everybody. You can do it. Awesome. So JP's again pulling that weight up, making sure that the shoulders open up really, really well, pulling the shoulder blades back, and keeping a nice neutral spine there, okay? Caleb also doing a great job at trying to keep the spine neutral as well. Feeling a nice little pull through the hamstrings. And again, giving that nice pull through that single-sided arm, not rotating his body too much when he does that. You have 20 seconds left. Great job. Perfect. So with single-sided movements, you can stick with that the entire time. If you would like to switch in the last section or the last set, then that's totally fine up to you to do. If you're doing the 2-arm, then you're doing it the entire time, just crushing it. 2, 1, recover, 20-second break. All right, great job, guys. Doing good so far. The next one is our lateral shuffles. If you can't do a shuffle very quickly, a lateral step is totally fine. Just working on our ability to transition side to side in our sandbag lift component. Try to stay low if you can. All right. And here we go. You can begin. Chest is up. Again, Caleb's going a little bit quicker, which is great. Right? Working on that speed of side-to-side movement we would need for our sandbag lift component. If you need to slow it down like JP has in this case, totally fine as well. You have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to do your sandbag lift component in the actual force test, so take your time as necessary. Just try to stay as low as you can. Feel that burn on the side of the hips. All right? Those glute med muscles. Great job, guys. You have 20 seconds to go. You can see it doesn't take a whole lot of space to get a really effective workout in your home. It's awesome. 10 more seconds. Great job, guys. Now right at the mobility drill next. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Everybody down. 90-90 hip openers, right? We got to work on our mobility just as much as we need to work on our muscles. No one's ever regretted doing any mobility work, right? So again, 90 degrees in that front leg, a 90 degree in that side leg if you can. And chest is up nice and tall, trying to lean forward on the go. 50 seconds of work. Again, with this one, we'll just stay on the one side. Doing that full 50 seconds. You can pause if you wish at the bottom if it feels really nice, just for a second, taking a nice deep breath to allow yourself to relax, center yourself, so that you can do a lot of really great work in the next set. Awesome, guys. We've got 30 seconds to go. Again, little pauses are fine. Just try not to hold it too long so you don't cramp up. Excellent. Perfect. Nice and tall through the spine, so trying to, again, bring yourself forward with a neutral spine, not hunching too much. If you're really tight, that's probably going to happen. You're going to have that little bit of hunch, but just work as best you can to bend through the hips and not through the spine. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. We're back to our squats here. You've got 20 seconds to set yourself up, recover. Hopefully you got a little bit of water and a little towel down at home if you needed to. Awesome, 10 seconds. Perfect, so back to squats. Pick your option. You might have started with that, 2, 1, and go. Might have started with the progressive one in round 1, but if you need to regress in round 2, totally fine. All right, work towards whatever works best for you, and work towards slowly going to the progressive model as you get through these workouts. Awesome. Great job, great transition. Now Caleb's got really quick hands, really great hands, doing a little slide up, which is awesome. He's been working out for most of his entire life, so he's really, really good. If you can't do that at home and you gotta just stick to the handle, that's totally fine as well. All right, great job, JP. Serving some of the tank so we can crush the entire workout. Love it. Awesome. You notice the guys' knees are in line with the center of their shoes, doing a great job keeping a neutral posture. We have 3, 2, 1, and recover. Great job. So 20 seconds recovery. Nice deep breath. Center yourself. Working those legs really good. And we're going to move into our bent over row again. So again, you can either do the double armed option like JP or the single arm option just like Caleb today. Crushing it. Awesome. Let's go, everybody. Again, nice squeeze in the glutes, because as you get in this position, if you start to get tired, you're going to start to hunch over, round up the back. We don't want that. Get that nice neutral posture or a neutral spine. Squeeze the glutes to help support you so you can stay there and feel that little pull in the hamstrings. Awesome. All right. Big thing we see a lot with this movement too is a kind of a bend in the neck or a look up, right? Try to pack the neck back. Feel a little bit of stiffness here in the upper part of the neck, and allow yourself to feel that bracing so that way you don't feel that hunch in your back, okay? Or crank in the neck. You don't want a sore neck. 10 seconds, everybody. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recover. Great job. So that's a 20-second recovery. Again, just take that point with the neck. Make sure you don't have any crank necks at the end of the workout today. 10 seconds left. Awesome, and then we're moving right into our lateral shuffles. All right, guys? Great work. 3, 2, 1, go! Awesome, our side-to-side movement. Great job. Again, you may have started off in a progressed one. You might need to default to a regress, and that's totally fine. Somewhere in between is great as well. All right? Trying to get that heart rate up, feel that movement. Great job, guys. Crushing it. Awesome. 30 seconds to go, right? And if you're not great with your side-to-side movement or you have a history of rolling your ankle, just slow it down so that way you can make sure you have really good footing and then work on progressing to getting a little bit quicker as you feel comfortable. Right. 13 seconds, almost there. Keep that heart rate up, keep that intensity there if you can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crushed it. Awesome. All right, 20 seconds recovery, guys, down there. Mobility drill, 90-90. Should be doing the opposite hip now at this point. So generally, if it feels awkward, that's usually the right one. All right, 10 seconds to go here. Again, this one will probably be a little tighter because we usually pick our favorite or more hip first. So just be gentle with it. And here we go, 50 seconds of mobility, making you take your time through mobility. All right? Slight lean over top of that foot. Nice little bow forward, again, through the hips, not through the spine, preferably. Right? Awesome. This is where you catch your breath, get a drink if you need to. Again, towel off if you have that nearby. Take a second. And get yourself prepped for our last round. So one more round of this here, and then we're into our circuit number 2. All right? Which is just as fun as circuit number 1, I promise. All right, 10 seconds to go. Get yourself prepped. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, 20 seconds. Get yourself ready for your squats. This is our last round of this circuit. Again, if you need more, feel free to continue on afterwards and go from there. Or just rewind, right? 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Squats. All right, it's a 2-legged exercise. Take your time. Again, always regress if necessary. If you're feeling great, it's your last round of this exercise, and you're like, I can push it, then let's try it in the progressed exercise. All right, 30 seconds to go. Crushing it. Almost there. All right. Great job. Love it. Guys have pushed themselves this round. That's good. Just look at those clean, crisp up and downs on that squat. 10 seconds to go. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, recover. Get yourself ready for your next exercise. Okay, it will be our row exercise again. So grabbing your hands, either the two-handed option or your single-arm option. This is your last round, so feel free if you wish to do either a halfway mark, which I'll signify here in a moment, if you're doing that single arm option, or just pick your weakest side. Let's go, everybody. 50 seconds of the rowing or the pulling. Awesome. Excellent. So Caleb's doing a great job crushing that single arm option. Again, I'll give him a heads up when it's halfway. Perfect. Great job, JP, pulling those shoulders back and getting that mid back to really do a great job on that workout. Awesome. Caleb, feel free to switch if you'd like. That's our halfway mark. Otherwise, if you picked your weakest side and you want to just keep working on it, stick with it. Awesome. Almost there, everybody. 15 seconds to go. Awesome. Keep pushing. Keep pulling. It's your last round of this circuit. Crushing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recover. Awesome. So we're doing our lateral shuffles or our lateral lateral crawls, side to side, whatever works for you. Lateral steps. Self tongue-tied here. So we have 7 seconds to go. Get your breath. Feeling good. And let's push that heart rate. Get ourselves going here, side to side. Awesome. Perfect. You guys are crushing it. Although it's difficult, I'll have to do the same thing here soon, I'm sure, in a future video. 33 seconds to go, guys. You're doing great. Then we're into mobility. We need a 2-minute recovery here afterwards. Awesome. 20 seconds, almost there. Perfect. So close. Push, push, push. 10 seconds to go. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recover. Awesome. If you're just doing your mobility drill, again, this one I would pick your one that you found was the most tight or most challenging to do in that regard with mobility drill, usually being tightness. So put that one out in front, and we'll do that one an extra time just so we can try to get you loosened up as best we can. All right? 3, 2, 1. Mobility. Awesome. So again, nice and tall. Bend through the hips. Bow forward. Chest is up. Perfect. Almost there, everyone. Excellent. 30 seconds of mobility work. This is where you get towel off. You're feeling pretty warm at this point. Probably got a nice little sweat on. A little bit of water. Perfect. JP's just decided to switch over, which is great. Both hips are feeling awesome, so he wants to do them equally, right? Caleb's gonna stick around with just his one hip here, and that's fine. It's a little tighter. Loosen it up. Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo. Awesome, everybody. So we just completed our 3 rounds of the circuit. We're going to give you 2 minutes to recover. So if you want to just hit pause and take a little breather there, then feel free to come and hit play afterwards, and we'll get right back into circuit number 2. Hi everyone, we're back for circuit number 2. Hopefully you're feeling great after circuit number 1. So we're just going to go through and do a quick demo of each exercise, and then I'll give you again coaching cues as we go through them here today. So the kettlebell deadlift is your first option, okay? Standing nice and tall, you can get your weight placed between your feet. You're just going to bow forward to grab the weight so that your head's again in a neutral position. Squeeze the glutes and stand tall, okay? Caleb is going to again stick with that option there as a continuous load or having the weight in his hands the entire time. JP will have the choice of whether he wants to do it with the weight the entire time, or if you at home, just like what JP did in the squat, would like to do the pick up, stand, place it down, and then stand up with it unloaded to conserve your energy, then by all means feel free to do that. It's up to you. All right, so that's our first exercise. Exercise number 2, hopefully you have a little bit of space at home or a hallway that you can use, is just a carry. So we're going to use a kettlebell, or you can use, again, those big 18-liter water jugs that you use for a water cooler. Those work really, really well. So you're standing nice and tall. Caleb is doing the 2-sided or double weighted component, so a little more load in each hand, but not challenging the spine as much because you're counterbalanced. JP is going to go for the single arm option, where you're going to have a little more structurally having to work on trying to stay up nice and straight. So you're not getting that counterbalance. You have to work a little harder to stay nice and tall, okay, in that regard. Completely up to you what option you pick from home. The accessory exercise, the next exercise we do is working on that press out into the wall that we would do for the sandbag lift. So again, standing nice and tall, grabbing your kettlebell, something preferably a little lighter than what you'd be using for your deadlift if you have it. And then you're just going to take that weight and press straight out in front of you, breathing out as you do that, coming back in as you inhale. Okay, just working on that core strength and shoulders. And our last exercise, again, it's a mobility drill, is to try to work on mobility and improve your squat, which is the ankle mobility drill, which we're going to have Caleb doing the option where he's going to be down on his knee. So if you don't have a knee issue, works great. Driving the front knee forward as much as you can over the toe. JP will be doing the split stance option for those that don't want to get down on the floor or can't get down because of a knee issue. And again, driving the front knee as much as you can over the middle part of your shoe. So those are our 4 moves, and we're going to get right into the exercise again. 50 seconds of work, 20 seconds of recovery. Everybody ready? All right.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. 50 seconds of work on that deadlift. Okay? So let's mask up here so I can show a couple of really quick technique pieces. Awesome. So you can see both guys are working quite well at getting themselves set up with the feet in a nice neutral position, and the knees are staying again in the center of their shoe. Caleb and JP now are just switching to the side to show you, again, a nice neutral spine and a nice neutral head position. So he's not looking up and he's not looking down. Okay? Awesome. And JP and you can notice that Caleb all have slightly different differentiation between how much knee bend they need in order to get down towards the floor, and that's completely fine. Every person's a little bit different in their height and their mechanics and how tight they are, so feel free to do what works best for you and allow yourself to do that. Awesome, 20-second recovery, everyone. So the next exercise again is your carry, all right? So nothing too crazy with this one. Trying to keep yourself nice and tall and through the midsection, all right? And you got 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So get nice and tall from that midsection so you're not teetering side to side as you go along. If you find the weights are rubbing against your leg, again, just try to bring them out a little bit from your body using those delt muscles to allow yourself to be able to do that. All right? So that works really, really well. Caleb's going back and forth. The JP went for a really, really long walk on that one. Great job, buddy. And then you can switch sides if you did that one. Same thing in this one. If you want to do where you're doing the single-sided movement, if you want to stick with the one side the entire time, that's great. Build the endurance a little bit on that one side and build the grip strength there. Otherwise, you can switch partway through. Completely up to you. That's what we'll do for round 3. You got 10 seconds left, guys. Great job. Excuse me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recover. Awesome. Exercise 2 complete. Exercise 3 is the shoulders and core, right? So we're going to try to get that midsection nice and tight. Grabbing our smaller kettlebell and say press straight out in front and back, like we would do the press into the wall. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin, everybody. Feet again, nice and staggered. Soft bend the knees so we're not locked out. And then it's a press straight out in front, blow out to keep your core braced as you do so. And then again, a nice deep breath, come on in, pressing out whatever works for you. Again, the farther out you go, the harder it's going to be. So you don't need a really, really heavy weight once you get out to that far end position. 25 seconds, crushing it. Excellent. Nice. See the beads of sweat starting to come up in the head. That's great. 12 seconds, everyone. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Recover. We're doing ankle mobility. So we're getting down on the floor if you're doing Caleb's option, or you're staying up high if you're doing JP's option. Take a sip of water. I know I'm clearing my throat, so I'm going to. 5 seconds left in your recovery. 2, 1. And enjoy some mobility. So you can see here, as they're going along, it's not so much how far the back leg is, because we're not getting the hip flexor stretch like we did in our warm-up. We're working on trying to press that front knee forward over the center of your shoe. So center being like the third toe, fourth toe-ish of the actual foot as you press out. All right? You see the guys are doing a great job keeping the feet planted and not letting the heel come up off the floor. All right? If you have a little bit of an angry knee or angry tendon from that, then feel free to just default to, again, not as much range as there is. Do just the best you can with that one, okay? 10 seconds left. Staying on that one side to allow ourselves to really work on our mobility. 5 seconds. And recover. Get yourself ready for your deadlift, everyone. That's round 1 complete. We've got 2 more to go. Almost there. Then we just got to cool down. Totally doable. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Stand tall. Perfect. Great job, guys. Again, squeezing the glutes. Use your hamstrings for this one. Most people, if they will have a technical flaw, is again that rounding in the back. So you need to keep that nice neutral spine and squeeze the glutes, not trying to use your back to pull yourself back up. All right, we don't want anybody having any back pain tomorrow. All right, great job. You are officially over half. We got 20 seconds left, guys. Crushing it. Perfect. And guys are doing a great job too as they get to the top. They're not staying super hunched around with this kettlebell because it is a little bit hard with that kettlebell being all in the front. They're keeping those shoulders pulled back. All right. 3 seconds to go. 2, 1. Recover. Awesome. We're getting right into our carries next. All right. Take a nice deep breath. 10 seconds to go on that recovery, and then we're walking. Hopefully you got some space there at home to do that. If you can't, then you can feel free to just do it. If you have enough weight, you can do just a hold to try to work on that grip strength. All right, great job. Here we go. 45 seconds. Awesome. Nice little loop, perfect. 30 seconds. Awesome. So if you did do the single arm option and you need to switch, you can if you'd like. Otherwise, try to keep going and get the endurance built on that one side. All right. Awesome. Crushing it. Get a heavy enough weight, forearms should be on fire. Almost there. 10 seconds, everyone. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo. Back to the stations and enjoy the full recovery. 16 seconds, everybody, for this rest of your recovery. All right. And again, we're back in that shoulders and core part, working on that press out. Okay. Very important skill for pressing those bags out into the front there, and working on our grip as we do so. Here we go. And we're off to the races. Nice. Again, you don't need much weight for this one. A great analogy I use to teach people or get them to understand the idea of the weights being in different positions is just having a toddler or a small child. If you hold them in close to your body, it's not too bad. You can probably do it for a little bit, but if you had to hold them out in front, then it might be a little more challenging to hold them out there, right? With the dirty diaper in that regard. I have a little baby. And that was the case for me as a dad anyway. So we got 17 seconds. Great job. Almost there on this one. Crushing that shoulders, crushing the midsection nice and tight so that way we don't overarch or be hunched. 5 to go. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Perfect. 20 seconds recovery. And then we're right into our ankle mobility. Then we have one more set after this. All right? Great job. Enjoy the mobility, switching to the other side, right? Getting your full 50 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Take your deep breaths. Sip of water if necessary. Completely up to you. And just pushing that ankle forward. Super helpful too, if you can, to work on pushing your big toe down on the floor to help maintain a neutral arch. Some people often think they're getting extra ankle mobility, but they're actually just dropping their arch in, and the knee will start to drift in towards the big toe or the second toe. So if you can plant that toe downwards, it'll keep it so that way you are not losing your arch, and you're actually getting a little bit better mobility with an active foot, rather than just this passive stretching. 10 seconds left, and we're on our last round of the exercises. All right, 3, 2, 1, perfect. Last round. Deadlifts, first one up. Again, if you picked a harder exercise previous, like Caleb we've been doing, feel free to default down to the regress version that JB's demonstrating today, and there's no shame in that. Just kind of keep working on getting yourself improved. 1, let's go. Deadlifts. Almost there, guys. Great work. Crushing it. Appreciate it. Nice. Trying to stay in the bubble, but you know, check on technique. You guys are doing it. Just crushing it. Awesome. Get nice neutral spines. No head tilt up or down. Just pack it back. Get the nice little extra bit of chin skin here for us. Oh man, it's bad when you laugh at yourself, right? Your own jokes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Recover. 20 seconds recovery, and then we're right into our carries again. All right. Oh wow. All right. Getting JP tired out already. It's good. Sleep well tonight. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and load up, guys. Let's go. Doing our carry option. Again, doing our best to not teeter side to side when we walk. We want to stay up nice and tall and brace, not embrace, brace the midsection there so things are nice and tight. And if you have the weights or anything dragging against your sides, you could use, again, a pack as well if you have a pack at home. Bring the arms out a little bit just so that they're not rubbing against the legs if at all possible. 20 seconds. So if you did want to switch, feel free to switch if you were doing that, or you can stay again, the final round being your weakest side. Do that one. 10 seconds left. Crushing it, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo. Awesome. 20-second recovery. We're right into, again, those midsection and shoulders doing our kettlebell press outs. Again, you can use a pack for this. You can use a water jug, excuse me. Anything that you have that is loaded, right? I use the toddler as an example. It works great. 2, 1, let's go. Here we go. Press out. They'll think it's a ride, right? 45 seconds, everyone. Great job. Midsection nice and tight. Awesome. Again, 2, if you find that you're leaning forward or you're having any issues with that, just sit the hips back, bend the knees slightly. Allow yourself to put your weight through your hips and not through your knees, right? The more the knees are forward, the more the pressure is going to be unloaded on those. So you can sit the hips back, allow the glutes and hamstrings to take some of that load. That's great. Awesome. You've got 10 seconds left, everyone. So close, so close. Awesome. 2, 1. Awesome. So we're just finishing up with our mobility drill. And then we're all set. Last piece, then we're doing our cool down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 50 seconds. Again, you can either pick to switch halfway through, which I'll say momentarily, or if you'd like, if you found one that was a little bit more restricted or a little more uncomfortable, then feel free to stick with that one the entire time. Just give yourself some extra mobility program into your day. Never hurts, right? Awesome. So we're at 30 seconds there. So if you'd like to, feel free to take an option time to switch, you can. So you'll get another 20 seconds or so of that. You can. Awesome. Love it. 20 seconds left, everybody. Finishing strong, and then we're right into our cool down. All right, doing some nice static stretching to finish off today. 10 seconds. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So if you need a second before we begin our stretching, by all means, feel free to take it. You can hit pause there at this time, and then we're right into our static stretching cool down. All right, everybody, we're back for our cool down here. This is going to be some static stretching just for a full body stretch at the end. We're going to do them just very briefly to show you what they are. If you'd like to take the full 30 seconds to a minute to do each one, by all means, feel free to stop and do so. I'll give a small pause in between each one, and so that way you can press pause if you'd like. But otherwise, we're just going to give a nice quick demo there, and then we'll wrap up. So great job today so far. Hopefully you had a great workout. First one is your tricep stretch, so just up over top of the arm. If you can't do this for some reason, then feel free to go towards a door frame or a corner of a wall where you can get yourself some assistance to push, with the wall being here and walking through the door frame. Sorry, I see a door frame right ahead of me. So you can use to help get that up there. So again, we'll pause there. Next, you can do across the body if you'd like, doing a little bit of a mid-back stretch if you're feeling a little bit tight from those bent over rows. So arms just across like you would do for anything else. Perfect. Excellent. All right. A nice chest stretch. There's 2 options you can do it. We're going to do the one where we have no wall space to do, where you can put your hand on the wall and turn if you'd like. Or for us, we're going to have no wall space. We're just going to take our hands, place them behind our back like so, and just drive the fists towards the floor. So you see exactly, you've got a nice side view from JP, and a back view from Caleb, just to show where your hand position will be. Again, pulling those shoulders back, but keeping a neutral spine, so you're not going into a big arch when you do that. Next one you're going to be able to do for your hips, we just got a little bit of upper body down there for you. It would be for your hips. We'll do some hamstrings. So one foot can be placed out in front, like so, and then all you're going to try to do is bend the knee slightly and push the hips back. If this is a balance issue for you and you can't get this option quite right for yourself, then by all means you can do your sitting option where you're going to sit down on the floor, bring one leg in, and then try to touch the toes if you wish. All that we ask that when you're doing either one of these options that Caleb's just demonstrating there for me, which I appreciate, that you try to, again, bend through the hips and not through the spine. So not rounding out the back, you're just going to bow forward through the hips. Perfect. So the next one you can do is a quad stretch. So you can do this either laying on your side, which I'll ask Caleb to do where he's already there, or JP will do the standing option where you're going to grab a hold of the ankle. Again, a wall is there for support if you'd like. I use my imaginary chair. And, or you can do it laying on your side just like Caleb is, and that allows you, if you're feeling a little lightheaded or unwell as well, that you can still do some stretching if you wish. A strap or a belt or a towel will also work to hook around the foot if you're having a really hard time grabbing at the actual ankle itself. And lastly, what we're going to do today is our calves. Okay, so you can find a piece of wall space if you wish. If you don't have wall space, then that's totally fine. You can feel free to just have yourselves in space. So you're just going to plant both feet down like so that one foot's staggered in front of the other, and then a back leg is going to stay straight for our first part of our calf, because there's two sections, and we're just going to lean ourselves forward. Again, a wall is nice to support yourself, to allow yourself to relax a little more in the stretch. So you're going to feel that pull up into the calf, and maybe up even in the hamstring if the back leg is straight. You can relax out after that component, and then you're just going to bend both knees, so that way we can feel it move down towards the ankle a bit more, down towards the Achilles tendon, which is a different part of the calf muscles. Okay. Excellent. Awesome. So those are your stretches just to give yourself a nice little cool down at the end. If you need a little more time, again, we always encourage you to do so. Do a little walk around the house to make sure you're feeling well prior to doing any other activities you may need to do in your day. I'd like to take this time just to thank Caleb and thank JP for being with me today, and I'm sure I'll pay them back very soon. Have yourself a fantastic day, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you then.